So one of the faces of boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis, also known as Baby Mike, gave his reaction to Mike Tyson losing to Jake Paul, where he said, quote, "You will forever be a legend, whether you like it or not, and it will never be another one. And I understand you so well. This shit don't mean nothing. Respect." And that's facts. Additionally, Tank also told Jake, "To the bozo that shared the ring with Mike, you a whole bozo for this. And you didn't even get the job done, shithead." We all can agree with Tank. This means nothing for the baddest man on the planet legacy, Mike Tyson, since he was the oldest fighter on the planet. Matter of fact, in the history of the sport, at 58 years old, Mike Tyson was fighting a young buck in his prime, who was 27, 28, Jake Paul. We also can agree that a 13 years old version of Mike Tyson will knock out Jake Paul in his prime. So this means absolutely nothing. In fact, it was even impressive to see this version of Mike Tyson go 8 rounds with Jake. A version of Mike Tyson that was a shell of himself. He had no reaction time. He couldn't even bend his knees. He had no footwork. He could barely walk at times. That version even managed to go 8 rounds, the full distance, with Jake Paul. Let's call this version of Mike the kneecap version of Mike, since Tyson was actually wearing a kneecap. Now, after the fight, during the post-fight press conference, Jake said he carried Mike Tyson in the middle rounds, which that's the farthest thing from the truth. Jake Paul was clearly dishonest here because he was the main one immediately after the fight inside of the ring. When he was asked why he didn't knock out Mike Tyson, Jake said, "I did my best. I tried. However, Mike was also trying to knock me out." Basically, Jake was saying, "I wasn't trying to get KO'd in the process of looking for the KO." In boxing, there's a saying, the quickest way to get knocked out is to look for the KO. Obviously, Jake Paul hurt Mike Tyson multiple times during the fight, especially early on. However, Mike Tyson made the adjustment. There's no secret, Mike Tyson had less reach and is shorter than 99% of the opponents he fought. I'm talking about all of them. So the way Mike Tyson got in range is with his feet. He needs to utilize his feet in order to get to position. However, in this fight, Tyson realized early he had no legs to close the gap, nor to chase Jake Paul across the ring. So he resorted to plan B, which is make Jake Paul come to him. Tyson stood his ground and tried to slip and counter. He was waiting on Jake to lead so he can counter him. And the reason why Jake didn't go for the KO is due to the obvious reason that he stated, which is he did not want to get knocked out himself looking for the KO. Remember, there was a sequence during the fight where Tyson slipped and countered with a left hook, and he actually missed by an inch. He ended up catching Jake on the neck instead of his chin. If the punch was an inch higher, he would have had most likely dropped Jake Paul, if not knocked him out. Even in the middle rounds or the early rounds, Tyson caught Jake Paul with a jab, a good jab, and he had Jake Paul going on his bicycle after that for a good while. So Jake knew what time it was. Don't get it twisted. Tyson, on the other hand, he was better off throwing his jab and trying to land that instead of landing a haymaker and a hook. Remember, Tyson in his prime, he was known for jabbing the taller fighters with longer reach. And that's how he got in the inside and closed the gap. So if Tyson used his jab against Jake Paul more, I think that would have had played to his advantage more so than trying to knock Jake with a hook. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Did you try to knock him out?
Man, I was trying to hurt him a little bit, you know. I was scared that he was going to hurt me. I'm trying to hurt him, but, you know, I did my best. I did my best.
Andre Ward afterwards, and he said that he didn't want to come out and say that he thought you carried Mike, but he said that he kind of respected that. Let him live a little bit, you know, he didn't actually go for the finish. Would you agree with that? Did you carry Mike?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. Yeah, like there was a point where, you know, I was just like, okay, he's not really engaging back. And so I don't know if he's tired or whatever, and I could just tell that, you know, that his age was showing a little bit, and I just have so much respect for him. And that like violence war thing between us, like after he slapped me, I wanted to, you know, be aggressive and take him down and knock him out and all that stuff, but that kind of went away as the rounds went on.
You want to talk about the last 3 weeks at all?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I 22 days ago, I completely sprained my ankle, completely tore the ligament, the anterior ligament, and like contusion, snapped the other side of my foot. Was on crutches for 4 or 5 days, and it just hindered the end of my training camp. I don't know how it didn't get leaked or anything like that, but it just made everything mentally more difficult to go into the ring with a sprained ankle, having to tape it up. And I missed about 2 weeks of sparring, so I really only sparred 1 or 2 times before this fight, and that's why my cardio didn't feel as good in there tonight. But you just roll with the punches and fight through those things.
All down Canelo in the ring. Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down. Let's run it. Like, I'd be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
What about you and Conor McGregor? Are you interested in that?
Yeah, he'll never do that though. He knows. He knows way more.
One, he's under contract. And
He's
two,
not his own boss.
And 2, he won't do it. He knows better. He might.
And it's funny to say like, yo, Conor McGregor is scared of Jake Paul, will never box him, but it's the fucking truth. And look at him go toe to toe with Nate Diaz, who was easy work for me. It was like a Monday sparring session to beat Nate Diaz's ass. So it was easy work for me. It was like a Monday sparring session to beat Nate Diaz's ass. So he doesn't ever want to smoke with me. It won't ever happen.
We believe Canelo would do a cruiserweight fight. There's no way Conor does a cruiserweight fight.
Jeremy Hent here with Hip Hop DX and Up Rocks. First of all, I just want to say